Hi, welcome back. Alright, so as you can see on the title of this video, this is going to be my second Chevening video series. And today I'm going to talk about 5 tips before you start writing the Chevening essays. And this might be a little bit generic, but a lot of you guys who texted me on Instagram, a lot of you guys still haven't really obeyed to this 5 tips, which I think are very important. So let me just remind you of these 5 things, and yeah, let's get to it. The first thing is you have to do your own research. I am very sorry, but I cannot help you do the research for you. A lot of people DM me on Instagram or comment on my YouTube videos saying that, what am I supposed to do? What should I do? What are the requirements? And all the information that basically are available on the internet and on the Chevening website or on the university website. That can be your first biggest mistake. So you have to really spend your time to do a very thorough research on their website. A lot of information, all of the information that you need basically are there because they have a very clear guidance. Chevening or your university website most likely also has a very clear guidance on the requirements, on what you should do, on how you should do it, on where to apply and stuff like that. So honestly, you're kind of wasting your time and my time asking me what you should do, because you should know it beforehand, and you could ask alumni like me on more, substantial questions instead of something that is readily available on the internet. That just show that you're not really ready for pursuing scholarship and looking for the information independently. And I'm sorry if I seem too harsh. That's not what I mean, but I'm basically telling you guys that thousands of people out there are already ahead of you because they read the information themselves and they know what they should do, so you better keep up. The second tip is for you to know what you want to study specifically. And I know this is a little bit difficult because sometimes you just have an idea of what you want to study generally, but you're not really sure and you kind of want to decide it a long way. Maybe you can do that if you do not need a scholarship, but if you need a scholarship and you are trying to persuade Chevening or the UK government who's going to pay for your study, you need to persuade them so that the money that they spent on you will actually be useful. I'm not saying that, if you pay the tuition fee yourself, the knowledge, the money spent is not going to be useful. No, but basically you need something that the Chevening committee can hold on to when they're sponsoring you, right? That's just sort of common sense, I guess. So you have to be specific in telling them what you want to study. You have to come from an issue or an interest or something that you really specifically want to learn more about. For example, me, I come from a communications background, but I'm very interested in gender and media. So the focus that I was proposing was the merge between gender and media studies, and that's just representation of women in the media. And yeah, that's my focus, and you have to find your own focus so that it will be easier for you to make your arguments and to persuade them basically. The third tip is to have a realistic future plan or a realistic objective on career plans. I'm not saying that you shouldn't aim as high as you can. Of course, you should do that. But again, because you're trying to persuade the Chevening committee, you have to be able to convince them that with the knowledge you have and with the money that they spent on your education, you can actually bring impact, at least doesn't have to be like a big impact, like it doesn't have to, you know, you wanting to be a president or like a leader of something, but at least in your field of focus, in the issue that you care about, you can bring impact on, you know, that field. And don't forget about your capacity, and don't forget about what you can do, because if you tell them that, oh, when I go back from the UK after I finish my study, I will run for president. I mean, if you're already in the capacity of doing that, sure. But if that's not your capacity, then don't do it. Like, really be realistic of your future career and your future objective, because that's what they need. Basically, you have to be able to create a connection between your past experience, your present, and also your future plans. It has to be realistic and it has to connect together. The fourth tip is to be direct, or be to the point, be straightforward. So when you're about to write your essay, remember that you do not need to write down all of the words or ranking or any positive coverage about your university or the scholarship itself, because let's be honest, they know that they're good and they do not need you to tell them that they're good, because they know they're good. What they want to hear is how good you are. So instead of telling them the obvious that, oh, I want to study here or I want to study in the UK because the UK is such a great place, they're like, yeah, we know, that's why we're offering this scholarship. So you should instead connect that to your background and what you want to study. You can say instead, like, oh, I want to study in the UK because the UK is great at this, and I want to study this because my background is this, and I'm sure if I'm in this environment, I can, you know, improve my skills, and then blah, blah, blah. Do you see the difference? So you have to really be direct, and there's a very limited amount of words. I guess it's 500 words per essay, and Chevening requires you to write 4 essays. They have their own questions on their website. Check it out. Don't ask me. And yeah, you should use all of the amount of words that you have in persuading them, in telling them about you, your story, your objective. And yeah, the last tip would be for you to know yourself. And this might sound very cliche, it might be cliche, but I think scholarship journey, or, you know, scholarship application process requires you to answer a lot of questions about you, and nobody else can help you to answer that but you. So you're the one who knows your strength, your weaknesses, your interests, your capacity, your dreams, your background, and even what you want to do in your fields of career. So take your time and don't rush it. A lot of people who message me, it might seem to me that they're sort of rushing it, although I know that a lot of you guys just kind of want to prepare as early as you can. And I agree with that. You do have to prepare as early as you can. But before you move on to the next technical step, which is to write an essay or to ask for recommendation letters, you have to know who you are first, what you want to do, your capacity, what you dream of doing in the future, so that you can answer the essays and the questions better. And yeah, personally, I think scholarship journey is just like a self-discovering journey. I even wrote a whole blog about it. I'll put it in the link below for you to read it if you want. But yeah, those are the 5 tips I have for you who are trying to apply for the Chevening scholarships before answering questions, before answering their essays, maybe you might want to consider my 5 tips. And on my next video, I will talk about the 2 Chevening essays, leadership and networking questions. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss my next video. I guess that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to write it down below. Thank you so much for listening and watching until now. And yeah, I'm reaching 1,000 subscribers soon, so please do share this content to your friends or anyone who you think might like this videos. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.